freeze this. Okay, number 8. Number 8 says, Wilfred and Fiona plan to rent an apartment for $475 a month. And that's their rent. Security deposit is 1 month's rent. So the deposit is what? Tell me. $475. They estimate annual expenses will be insurance, $220. Utilities, $1,789. These are annual. So this is not monthly. And lost interest, $20. We're supposed to do A, total annual cost. And B, average monthly cost. Okay, so our total annual cost is just that, it's a total. Okay, first off, what are we going to pay for to live, where we live? Okay, 400 and what? $75. How many times? 12. Because we're going to pay that 12 times, right? Now, for this year, we're going to have to put a deposit down, which is what? $475. For next year, you get to take that off, because, you know, if you're still living there, you, of course, don't have to put down another deposit. Your annual insurance is what? $220. Your annual utilities is what? $17.89, and that interest lost is $20. Got to multiply that and then start adding. What do you guys get? First of all, what do you get for 12 times 475? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so you're going to add that, and that. Everybody do it so we see if we get it right. Looks like everybody's about 3. But take the headphones off while I'm teaching, please. And put the phone up. You're not adding, are you using the calculator? Awesome. Great job then. You just like the sound of the clicks, right? That's why I had the headphones on. What do you guys get? 8204? Is that what everybody got? Okay, so that is our total annual cost. Well, it's different than what the book got. Somebody subtract 475 from that. That's what the book got. So I guess they're not wanting to include the deposit. They're wanting to know, I guess since that's a one-time fee, they're not calling that into it. So let's everybody take that one off. I mean, did I read that wrong? Was it,
It just says 475 a month as security
Right.
deposit is 1 month's rent.
I guess what they're wanting you to do is, for all of your time living here, what's that going to cost? I guess that's not a living expense. That's something you have to pay right off the bat. I would count it, and when it comes down to it, guys, these are numbers for you to figure out what your budget is. So if one year you want to include that, it's not the, it's not a big deal. This year it looks like they're going to spend, to me, you're going to spend 8204. But I guess they're wanting to know the average for every year, and every year you're not going to have a what? Security deposit. Okay? I was curious which way they'd go with that. So So I guess when we're doing our average, let's do average for the first year. We're gonna divide that by what? 12. And then other years, let's do what they have, which is 7,729, right, divided by 12, and see what they get. And I guess the reason they're not including that is if you were to clean it yourself and get it perfectly done, do everything they want, you get that deposit back. So I guess that's not why they're not considering it a cost. So, but in the really real world, you don't have that $475 as long as you're living there, do you? It's not in your bank account. So that's what I mean, that you kind of got to sometimes make things your own, and just because you're going to get it back when it comes to, especially when you're young and you're starting out, for what you're probably going to be month to month. So you kind of have to plan that way. You can, what you could do is decide to put that $475 in the savings account if you ever get it back, and then put it on the what? Next deposit, wherever you go to live next, or towards a down payment for a house. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But whichever way, that money's gone. So in my mind, this is what you would figure. If I was someone figuring out my expenses and doing this, I'd figure out this. Because to me, I'm just gonna, until I probably buy a house, I'm just gonna be getting that deposit back, giving it to the next person, where the next place I go live if I'm renting. Anyhow, so what'd you get here?
683 and 67.
67? And here, what'd you get?
644
In
and 8 cents.
8 cents? The book says this is right. To me, both of them are right. Do you guys understand the difference? Okay. We're gonna do numbers 1 through 15, write conditions, draw tables, show all steps and work.